students, in last lecture we have learned properties of order relation on real numbers. In this lecture we will see root of positive rational number. Our next point is root of positive rational number. We know that if x square is equal to 2, then x is equal to root 2 or x is equal to minus root 2, where root 2 and minus root 2 are irrational numbers. This we know. Third root of 7 and fourth root of 8, these numbers are irrational number 2. We know that. If x square is equal to 2, then x is equal to root 2. Here we are taking square root of both sides. Or there is a 2 root plus root 2 or minus root 2, where root 2 and minus root 2 are irrational numbers, where root 2 and we have seen that root 2 is an irrational number, therefore root 2 and minus root 2 are irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. This we know that third root of 7 and fourth root of 8, these are irrational numbers. Numbers 2. These two numbers are also irrational. If we find third root of 7 and if we find fourth root of 8, then we get non-terminating, non-recurring type of decimal number. So these are irrational numbers. If n is a positive integer and x raised to n is equal to a, then x is nth root of a. X is equal to fifth root of 2. This root may be rational or irrational. See? If n is a positive integer n is a positive integer and x raised to n is equal to a, then x is nth root of a. X is nth root of a. Root 5. This root may be rational or irrational. Rational or irrational. If suppose this number x raised to n is equal to 8, taking nth root of both sides, so x is equal to nth root of 8, then this number then x is either rational or irrational. Let's see example. For example, 2 raised to 5 is equal to 32. We know that fifth root of 2 is 32. Two is the fifth root of 32. For example, therefore, 2 is the fifth root of 32, because we were 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32. So therefore there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 2. 2 raised to 5 is equal to 32. 2 is the fifth root of 32. But if x raised to 5 is equal to 32, then x is equal to fifth root of 2, which is an irrational number. Which is an irrational and irrational number. Then if we find fifth root of 2, then we get irrational number. Our next point is third. This third. We know that 5 is a rational number, but root 5 is an irrational number. 5 is rational and root 5 is irrational. Square root or cube root of any real number is either rational or irrational number. If we take 5, then it is rational number. But if we take square root of 5, then we get an irrational number. So here given that square root of or cube root of any real number is either rational or irrational number. Similarly, nth root of any number is either rational or irrational. That means 4th root, 5th root, 6th root, 8th root, 9th root up to 9, 10th root, 11th root, 12th root up to nth root is rational or irrational number. If n is an integer greater than 1 and if a is a positive real number and nth root of a is x, then it is written as nth root of x of a is written of x is written as x. Nth root of a is x. It is written as nth root of a is x. Nth root of a is x. Suppose we write here 2 so 5th root of 2 is the 5th root of 32. And in this way we write nth root of a is x, then it is written as x raised to n is equal to a or nth root of a is equal to x. We write here n because it is read as nth root of a is x. If a is a positive rational number and nth root of a is x, and if x is an irrational number, then x is called a surd. If a is a positive rational number and nth root of a is x, nth root of a is x, and if x is an irrational number, suppose we get nth root x is irrational, then it is called surd. Surd is an irrational number. Then if x is an irrational number, then x is called a surd. In a surd, nth root of a, which is called surd, the symbol roots is called radical sign. It's called radical sign. Radical sign. And n is the order of the surd and a is called a radicand. Here n is called order of surd and a is called radicand, and this symbol is called radical. This is radicand order of third, and this symbol is called radical. Radical sign. Radical sign. This is called radical sign. This N is called order of third, and this A is called radicand. Let's see example. For example, first let A is equal to 7, N is equal to 3, then 7, 3 is a third. Because third root of 7 is an irrational number. Number. In previous example, we learned fifth root of 2 is also irrational, therefore it is also third. Third root of 7 is an irrational number. Therefore this is called third. Now see second example. Let A is equal to 27, N is equal to 3, then in root we write 27 and here we write 3. We know that cube root of 27 is 3 because 3 into 3 is equal to 27. So cube root of 27 is 3, and 3 is not an irrational number, and is not an irrational number. Therefore, this number is not a third because nth root or cube root is not an irrational number. Now see example third. Is third or not? Is a third or not? Here value of A is 8 and value of N is 3. Let's consider cube root of A is equal to P, taking cube on both sides. So 8 is equal to P cube. So cube of which number is 8? of which number is 8? 2. Cube of 2 is 8. So we write here. We know that 2 is cube root of 8 or cube of 2 is 8. So is equal to 2. Therefore, and 2 is rational number, not an irrational number. Therefore, cube root of 8 is not a surd. Is not a surd because 2 is a rational number. Now see example number 4. Whether fourth root of 8 is surd or not. Whether fourth root of 8 is surd or not. Is surd or not. Here a is equal to 8. Here is equal to 4. But fourth root of 8 is not a rational number. Fourth root of 8 is not a rational number. Therefore, fourth root of 8 is an irrational number. Is an irrational number. Therefore, fourth root of 8 is a surd. Therefore, fourth root of 8 is a surd. This year we are going to study surd of order 2 only, means root 3, root 7, root 42, etc. The surd of order 2 is called quadratic surd. In next lecture we will see simplest form of surd and similar or like surd. Thank you.